All right, so today is March 3rd, 2019, and this is a romantic reading for the divine energies, feminine, masculine, and of course, doesn't matter the body, just the energy of it, whatever you resonate as, and see what's going on with them and what they can do to propel their whole thing forward. So I am actually going to get started with the Oracle of the Mermaids. Get some ideas for overall topics for the masculine and the feminine. All right, see if we can get a card for the masculine. Definitely seems like there is a little bit of a roller coaster energy going on for a lot of people in the community on both sides. And I'm definitely not immune to this myself. All right, here we go. So, for the masculine, we have telepathy, nonverbal communication. Bring that up so you can see it. All right, so that is the masculine. And I do love this very lovely mirroring image here. And that does speak to how masculine is on some level communicating telepathically with the feminine. And there is a lot of back and forth going there. All right, so let's get a card for the feminine energy to see what they're going through today and for the rest of this week. All right, we just need one more card for the feminine. All right, here we go. Ooh. Falling in love. This one is kissing the divine in another in yourself. So the feminines are definitely feeling the love towards their divine masculines and towards themselves. This is a really great evolution. So I know it's been taking us all a while to get there. All right, and I'm going to pull one more card from the Mermaid Oracle, or Oracle of the Mermaid. And to see what the overall theme for both is. See if we can get one card. All right, I guess this is it. Receptivity. Allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to give. Love that. And this is, now that while this is a reading for both the masculine and the feminine energy, I am definitely getting the sense that the feminine needs to receive more. And this is definitely a thing of working with that self-love that's been cultivated and knowing that you are worthy of that love and not shutting it out, but also reciprocating it when you get that. And of course, feeling that love energy. And now I'm going to switch over to the tarot. I'm going to pull some for the masculine first, see what they are going through this week. What is going on with them? I do find the masculine state has been has also been on this roller coaster. And be good to know what they are dealing with this week. I can get a couple cards. All right. first card is the Knight. And it's the Knight of Wands. And he is looking up towards the stars, towards his goals. He is starting to realize what his goals are. Although right now, they are very far off in his mind. Let's see what else is going on with that. What is the divine goals? The divine masculine's goals. What are his goals? Oh, whew. All right, let's see. Looks like I've got a fair amount of cards. Let's see what happened. Okay, so we have the 5 of coins. There's definitely a lot of contemplation here. This is a somewhat feminine energy that I'm seeing. There also is the snake. So contemplating about the feminine. Being at a crossroads. This is the 2 of Swords here. And it almost seems with the Blue Jay being blindfolded that he has choices to make, but he doesn't know all of the information yet. And I'm using he is just a universal term. But the divine masculine, they don't quite know everything that's going on behind the scenes. There's a whole path in front of them, and they have decisions to make, but they're making them blindly. But the good news is there is a magician energy. And I'm getting the sense that while they might be stepping up to a magician energy themselves, I think it's more pointing to they're recognizing the magician in their counterpart. However, we do also have the Devil. And this is struggling with them feel caged by their addictions, and it doesn't even have to be addictions to a substance. This can be addictions to a situation, to a karmic soulmate and that kind of things, where they're addicted to these circumstances that aren't healthy for them. And they don't know how quite to break free of them. There's 2 people in this cage that the Devil is holding. And it really makes me think that, while the feminine is sort of in the cage with them, this is more talking about being in a cage karmically with another partner. And this person is most likely a karmic that they're still dealing with. All right, so we have the Page of Coins. It's a very new sort of young feminine energy, but it's also a very practical beginnings type of energy. It's starting again, for me, is what this means. So while they're dealing with this, they're trying to step into their power and let go of these addictions and go on the journey that they need to. Now, the last card that I have here is the Star. And this is the feminine. This is what they're reaching for. This is what their star is. And they're beginning to see that this week. It may not be entirely conscious yet, but subconsciously at least they are realizing that the star is their feminine. They're working towards their feminine. But they still have this karmic situation that they're dealing with. But they don't know necessarily, a lot may not know on very conscious levels, that they're dealing with a karmic. They can't see this yet. But their eyes are being opened. So this is an awakening for them this week. The very beginning of it. And that's good. They're moving forward, which is a very good thing to see. Now I'm going to pull some cards for the feminine, to see what the feminine's dealing with this week. There's definitely some good information on the masculine. Now we need to know what's going on with the feminine. What are they dealing with this week? All right. Just need a few cards. Okay. First card is the Tower. And the Tower to me, while it is disappointment, while it is things being shaken up and ending, it can also be a beginning. And there are things that the feminine is still needing to let go of as well. And life is very going to hardcore make them do it. If they don't follow through on it. All right, next card I have is, let's see. We have the Page. And this one is Page of Coins, it seems. Now with this card, I'm definitely getting that storyteller, entertainment. Also just being heard. There is an energy for some where they are going to be stepping into more active roles in their life. Maybe they might be starting a YouTube channel. Maybe they might be moving forward on projects that have more public speaking or being heard more in their careers, in their personal lives. It's also honoring themselves to realize that they can do this. So this is what some of them are going through this week. Let us see. I also see that for some feminines, that destruction, that ending, that big ending, that happened recently, but not like yesterday recently, but maybe in the last couple months recently. And they're still sort of dealing with the outcome of that. I thought a card turned over, but I guess not. Alright, can we get a couple more cards? Alright, oh, here's another one. Strength. This is a really good card too. This shows appears to be a feminine with a dragon. And this is a woman who is stepping into her strength, stepping into herself. And this ties in very, very well with needing to be heard. It's stepping into that self-power. Okay, let's see if we can get one more card out of this. And, my goodness, we got a bunch. Okay. Alright, we have the One of Swords and the Ten of Wands. I do love this. It's like a little mouse king. If you can't see it, the mouse has a crown right there. There's been a lot of change in the feminine's life, and a lot of it was abrupt change. But this change, this destruction that the feminine is still recovering from, this is going to give them their strength, their ability to move into their ambitions and move into themselves more. And I'm getting with this, with the Ten of Wands, that for a lot of feminines, this is going to be somewhat career-based. And for a lot, I'm also seeing like there was a lot of really negative energies around that. The feminine is having to purge from their life. See if I can get a little bit more information on this 10. Ooh. Or we'll get a lot more information on that. All right. Have the One of Cups. Having to let go of some relationships so that way others can come in. Oh, it's beautiful. Stepping into an Empress type of energy. So you can see both of those cards. And then we have this Two of Wands. So because of this, because of the setbacks that happened recently, it's really propelled the feminine to move forward into her power and realize that she's really free. She's not caged. She may think that she's caged with the masculine, but she's really not. Neither of them are really caged by more than mentally in their minds. I know it sounds a little bad, but it's just what I'm getting is that the cage isn't actually there. It doesn't actually exist. They're just, the masculine especially, is still caught up in the thought that the cage is real. The feminine is realizing that the cage isn't real. But there is a lot of mirroring that's going on, so the masculine is catching up on that. I'm getting a little bit more messages. And I am pulling from Vintage Wisdom or Oracle. First card that I pulled up is a feminine with a dove, and it says there's choices. She's holding a glass of light. She's in red, which is to me, a very Empress, a very royal energy. So the feminine has a choice. And the real choice of it is freedom. Or does she stay in this rubble? So the feminine needs to choose within themselves, and the masculine to a certain degree, that they're actually free. It doesn't mean that they don't love each other, but the situations that are holding them back, they need to let go of. All right, let's see if I can get another card. And that's not a card. That is just the info to the for the cards themselves. All right, let's see if we can get one for the masculine. What is the masculine? All right. Okay. So the masculine is dealing with thought right now. Is a kind of like I saw, it's a very contemplative energy, and they're contemplating about the feminines in their life, specifically their divine feminine. An adventure. I'm definitely getting the impression that they want to go on an adventure, possibly with their family. Let me get another card. Perfect. Healing. And this is somewhat for both, but they need to, both sides need to heal before they can get to this adventure. And see, and it's looking this way. Both of these are looking this way. Which means the feminine is trying to focus more on herself, which is good, and the masculine is starting to look towards his feminine. Really trying to heal through these karmic patterns that they're in, so that they can get to the fun adventure that they want to have. All right. I'm going to pull from the Whispers of Love next for some advice for both sides. What does the masculine need to do to help propel themselves forward? Now it does seem like the feminine, the feminines might think that they're in a holding pattern, but that space that they're taking to move into themselves, that's a very important time. And both sides are very contemplative right now. All right. Ooh, okay. So the masculine has like attracts like. If you're longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. And this is definitely speaking to some more deep-rooted issues that the masculines seem to be having, as well as the feminines to a degree. But they need to believe that they're worthy of love, to receive love. I keep seeing this message for the feminines, but it is very equally for the masculines as well. This is what they need to do. They don't know how to quite get to their feminines, but they need to love themselves for their feminines to come together to them. Both sides need to love themselves in order to bring them forward. And it is a very 2 number for those who are interested, which is a number of partnerships. So they want partnership, but they have to love themselves. All right. Let's get a card for the feminines for this week to see what they need to work on. Ooh. All right. See what these 3 are it. Perfect, perfect. You can't write this stuff. They need to have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. Things may seem hopeless, but they just need to keep the space, keep the faith. As hard as it may seem. All right. Oh, it's a beautiful card. Next one is True Love. This is a once-in-a-lifetime love. So the person, most likely that the feminines are thinking about, this is their divine counterpart. This is their masculine. So for some, this may be a confirmation, but this is definitely their other half, and they just need to keep faith on this situation. Now, the other card I have is do something for someone else. Give your attention to someone else. Now, it may seem counterproductive. The feminines may be giving, and the masculines for that matter, may be giving a lot of energy to their other counterpart. But I think this isn't so much talking about their counterpart as it's talking about spending time with friends, pets, doing something outside of their counterpart, their divine counterpart. Taking that time to really resonate with some friends and fill their cup. Not just spend it all thinking about their counterpart, as much as that is tempting and really easy to do sometimes. they really need to be spending maybe a little bit more time thinking about something else. Now I'm going to pull a card each for the masculine and the feminine from the Whispers of Healing deck to end things off tonight, to see where there's one more thing that they can work on. Alright, just one card for the masculine. That is what we need. Alright. This seems like it's it. Let me see. This one is 35. This one is actually a new card for me. Which is nice to see sometimes. This one is Transform. It really is about transmuting their thoughts, their feelings, and growing that love within themselves, transforming into that love. This is where the Divine Masculines are this week. They need to go with the transformation and let it unfold, so that way they can let go of their karmic situations. I definitely see this transformation starting this week. Maybe not ending this week, this is going to take a while, but is a good sign that it is getting started. Alright, Divine Feminines. And this one is about vibration, rising your vibration, connecting with your higher self. So for the feminines this week, they're definitely being pulled into meditation, into contemplation, going with the flow rather than against. And pull one moon card to end things off. And this will apply to both sides. So they are mirroring themselves pretty hardcore. Because on this one you have the butterflies, and then on this one she is the butterfly. The two halves are mirroring each other. Alright, here we go. Nothing is yet set in stone. This goes for both sides. They may think that there is a situation that they can't get out of, that they're obligated to be in with their karmic or their soulmate or whoever else the third person in the picture is. To their friends even. They may think that this is locked down, that maybe they can't go after their counterpart, but the truth is that that isn't set in stone. They have a choice, and they can choose to love and hold space and move into that connection, and mentally and emotionally. It doesn't mean necessarily going outward with affection, because that's not usually the helpful way to do it, but to internally go in and accept that love for them and for themselves. And so that is the reading for the week of March 4th. But of course, if you're running into this reading afterwards, this is timeless for when you need it. So if these are the energies you are resonating with, then that's good. Please like and leave me a comment down below. And If you have any other types of readings that you would like to see, please let me know.